Everybody, Box Bow coming back at you again today. I got Bishop with me. He is my Iranjaya, pure Iranjaya, 66% hit Azantic. As you guys can tell, if you can see him, let me move this iPad out of the way. He is pinged on me. I just put him in this holding tub. He was in his cage, and this is him. He is defensive. Now Iranjaya carpet pythons do stay on the smaller side, but he went on 2 years of assist feeding and sometimes force feeding, and finally, late last summer, early fall, he started eating on his own. He takes rats. He still only wanted to eat about every 2 to 3 weeks, but at least he is eating on his own. Now, as you can see, he is beamed in on me. He is locked in on me, okay? Now, he is due to feed today, and I do have some rats to thaw him, but that isn't why he's pinged in on me. He's always intense like this. So I want to talk to you about a defensive snake, okay? This is a defensive snake. He's not, he's also a hungry snake. So when you add a defensive snake or an insecure snake and add hunger to that, because he is acting like he wants to eat, you got to be very careful. You just don't want to reach in the cage. And in this case, I'm using a Sterilite holding container to show you. Now, I open this, and I can put my hand here, and he's going to key in on my hand. I don't ever do this like I've said in other videos. You're asking to get bit. You're asking for him to lock in on you. But he's going to lock in on me as I'm talking here anyway. He might even strike up at me. Because that's how he is whenever he's in his cage, whether he's hungry or not, or whenever I clean his cage and put him in a holding tub. He is just that way. Am I right, Priest?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean that I can't handle him? Does that mean that, I have to be afraid of him? No. I have to get him out of this insecure, defensive, and hunger. I wait until he was due to eat, so that way I can get the trifecta of his insecurity, defensiveness, and hunger. I have to get him keyed out of this. So what do? Well, I'm sure as heck not going to stick my hand in there. Don't do that. And a lot of people make the mistake and say, oh, my snake's mean, it bit me. No, you're just throwing your hand inside whatever it's in. I mean, do you really want someone just going right in your home? And you can see he's keying up to me. It's really cute. But, so what do? Well, I'm going to take the snake hook. I'm not going to pick him up with it. I'm just going to sit here and rub him. And you can see I'm just sitting here gently rubbing him, letting him know, hey, this is not food. And I'm rubbing his body. And see how he starts to turn away and go away from me? Now I'm going to put my hand in here and gently go ahead and pick him up. And now you can see no longer is he being defensive. No longer is he being insecure. And the food drive has gone away. That doesn't mean he's not hungry, but he's no longer thinking about food. He's thinking about, why is this strange man holding me? Because, let's face it, snakes, I know a lot of people, we all own snakes, and I know some people agree and some people disagree, and that's what's great about this community, but I'll be very honest with you. Snakes get nothing from you handling them. You can handle them and get them calm, because I always talk about calming a snake down and getting them used, and I talk about how, even with him, you guys just saw how upset he was. I can sit here and I work with that, okay? I create that bond with my snakes, but don't mistake him tolerating me handling him, or don't mistake any of my snakes tolerating me handling them for them getting something out of being handled. You know what I mean? As far as and what I mean by that is benefit to them. Like, they don't look at it as, oh, you're going to handle me, I'm yay, happy, joy. I know we want to think that, but that's just not the case. That don't mean that snakes aren't curious. That doesn't mean that snakes don't want to explore. That don't mean that snakes don't want to come out, because I got lots of snakes that when I go downstairs into the snake rooms, I can open up the cage and they will come right out and visit and explore, and that's just because they're curious, you know what I mean? Do I pick them up and handle them? Of course I do. I handle my babies all the time, but don't mistake them, being curious for getting something out of handling, because that's something that I get enjoyment out of handling my snakes. I get pleasure out of handling my snakes. I feel like I build that connection and that bond with this snake and with all my snakes. So it's more me getting the benefit, because if it was up to a snake, it would just, if you could provide it with the proper enclosure like a lot of us do, You know, it's more than happy just to sit in there and explore its cage and climb around and get around. And it's also more than happy too, because just like all snakes, they like to explore. If you open the cage door for it to come out and explore around, because it's going to explore territory. You know, snakes explore their territory. That doesn't mean that they're saying, oh, yay, I'm so happy you're here. You know, so don't mistake that either. You know what I mean? They're curious. And that's what I love about snakes, and especially carpet pythons in general. They're very, very curious snakes. They like to explore. They like to check things out. You know what I mean? And I'm lucky enough that my snakes tolerate me messing with them and me handling them with them. And then I'm able to create this bond with these guys where they realize that I am no longer, you know, going to eat them. Because that's really what it's about. You know, I'm this big predator to this animal. You know, I got big teeth, or fake teeth. You know, my hands are big coming at it. You know, even on my larger snakes, I'm bigger than my larger snakes. I mean, maybe not lengthwise, but a lot of it's body mass and also just, you know, the way I have hands and stuff like that. I'm a threat. I'm a threat. So, you know, that's why you get so many snakes that are defensive when they're babies, because everything can eat them. I mean, even a kitten. You know, so, you know, you'll get a lot of snakes that are very defensive when they're babies, but that's just because you know, they can be eaten by everything. I mean, even my tarantulas can take down my baby carpet pythons. Some of them, my tarantulas, you know, like obviously they don't come from the same region, but there are lots of videos where there are tarantulas in the wild that do eat snakes as prey. I mean, I've seen the videos, I've seen, you know, the pictures. I mean, it happens. So that's why you get a lot of defensive baby snakes, because, I mean, everything can eat them. And they just get scared. And that's all he was. When he was in here, what you saw was a scared, insecure, you know, defensive, hungry snake, you know, and he's got all those things going at him. Once he realizes it's all good, and I don't have food on me. I don't have food scent on me because I took a shower, you know, and I changed my clothes. Since I did thaw, I did change my clothes and took a shower before I did this video, because I want to make sure there's no scent left on me. And then, you know, once he realizes I'm not going to hurt him or eat him, he calmed down. You know, and that's what it's about, you know, and so you just got to keep working with it. I know a lot of people, you know, get these animals and they're very defensive and they get very frustrated with it. Don't be surprised if you take a bite. And that's with any snake you own. I don't care how nice your snake is. I have snakes that have never bit me. Rainbow was a perfect example. I've had Rainbow for, what, 3 years, Priest? 2.5, 3 years?
Yeah.
Never ever bit me. I've reached my hand in her cage and got her water bowl out. I've got her cave out before. You know, she's never ever bit me. Well, just, I don't know, 2 months ago maybe, I reached in, I grabbed her water bowl, and just out of nowhere, she reached in and tagged my hand. Now, she let go right away. You know, but I mean, that's a snake that has never shown any signs of defensiveness or cage defensiveness. You know, not even cage aggression. I make the mistake of saying cage aggression. No, cage defensiveness, because that's their home. You know, you don't want some stranger walking up in your home. I mean, even though I'm not a stranger, my snakes, I do think, know my scent, because they act differently when different people are around. But she's never ever bitten me, and she did. You know, so any snake that you own can bite you, and just always know that when you're handling a snake. I don't care how sweet it is, and if you want to project all this human emotion on this animal, it's still a wild animal at heart, and it can still show that at times. But then again, I say that, right? And you're thinking, oh, Jay, don't paint snakes in a bad light. Well, how many dog attacks do you hear happen every single day? I think the last time I heard there was like 30,000 dog bites a day or something like that. I don't know. It was some crazy big number on there that I was like, whoa. That was, you know, but people don't talk about that. You know, I hear all the time, you know, and you guys have heard me talk about this. I mean, to me, a dog, and I love my German Shepherd. Greatest dog, he's just a great dog. You know, but at the same time, dogs are more dangerous than your snakes. Your cats are more dangerous. My cats are more dangerous than my snakes. You know, so But snakes, because they have the eyes and they have the tongue, they don't have the legs and they don't have the fur, people just, you hear that all the time, and it's a shame, because there's nothing to be afraid about. Even if you have a snake that is always defensive, and I have a feeling that this boy, Bishop here, is always going to be a defensive boy. Doesn't mean you can't have what I'm going to project as a relationship on with this snake. It doesn't mean I can't find enjoyment. It doesn't mean that I can't handle them. It doesn't mean I can't clean them. It doesn't mean that I'm not. I have to be able to do everything I do with all my snakes, with each one of my snakes. With him, I just have to go a little bit slower. That's all. So hopefully I covered this topic pretty well, and you guys saw what I'm talking about. I didn't use a snake hook to pick him up, and and the funny thing is, I can put him right back in here. Pretty sure where did I throw that lid at? You see it? Oh, there it is. I knew I set it down somewhere. This is why I don't like. This is why it's only a holding tub. But the minute I put him back in here, probably within 5 or 10 minutes or less, he'll go right back into being defensive, because now he's back in the thing. I'm not handling him. I'm not touching him. He's like, okay, now he's gonna go back. He'll go back on guard, but that's okay. You saw what happened just with me working with him a little bit. He realized real quick, I'm not gonna hurt him. Once you can get that snake past that I'm not gonna hurt you stage, you can build that relationship up. So, that bond, that trust up. And it's more me, he's got to trust that I'm not going to eat him. And this is where I do think there is a relationship that you can't have with your snakes. He's got to trust that I am not going to hurt him. I am not going to eat him. I have to trust that he is not just going to go all crazy, willy-nilly, and strike the crap out of me. And if he does, that's okay. Because I'm going to turn around and do it again, and do it again, and continue to do it to where he realizes that you saw here where I can get him out, and he's not just biting the crap out of me. He realized right away that the deal, because I've worked with him. I've been working with him for a long time. There's a video I did a long time ago where he was just striking at me. So that's how far we've come. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something from it. If you have different views than I do, that's great. I respect your opinions. That's the difference is, and I talk about this a lot. You can have different opinions from everybody. You can have different views. You can have different thoughts. Don't take it as a personal attack. A lot of people make that mistake of taking things as a personal attack when it's not a personal attack. It's just them sharing their opinion with you. You don't necessarily agree with it, so... I do want to, I just want to cover that today. So please like, click, share, and subscribe. And this is Bishop. My son Priest is always doing the camera work. And by the way, Priest has got a girlfriend. He won't tell me her name, though. What's her name? Don't look at me all quiet. What's her name? Speak up.
No.
Why?
No.
Is she in your class?
You're not going to know anything.
Boo. I'll find out, guys. I'll let you know. So yeah, Priest has got a girlfriend. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Like I'm in 2nd grade or something. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Love you, buddy. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. And please like, click, share, and subscribe. Like I said earlier, you guys have a blessed and positive day, because I know I am. And just, honestly, enjoy the day. Enjoy your day. I know I'm going to. So you guys have a good day. Peace. Such a good boy. You did good.